What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there and it's free. That enables us to keep coming to y'all as often as possible with as many interviews as possible. So please hit that subscribe button, like our content, share it, talk about it, be about it, each one, teach one. And we appreciate your support and getting us this far. While you're down there, you can join Unique Access Entertainment, help us on a monthly basis to bring you some more initiatives, more interviews and commentaries that we like to do on Unique Access Entertainment, and make sure you watch a video or two so we get in your algorithm. Now, the reason we're here today, many reasons, but man, we have the honor and the privilege talking with Lil E, aka Lil Eazy-E, my boy. Been knowing him forever, man.
Yes,
Lil E,
indeed.
man,
Yes,
it's great to
indeed.
see you.
Yes, indeed. Always good seeing you, brother. Yes, we do definitely go back years, man. So, it's always appreciative, man. A pleasure to sit here and chop it up with you, chop game, and see you in person so we can really talk too as well, like we said before. But again, man, it's a pleasure.
Yes. So Lil Eazy-E is part of the celebration that the city of
Mhm.
Compton is doing, dedicating the street, Easy Street, to your father, the late
Yes,
great
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Eazy-E. So I know that
Yes,
there's
indeed.
been different things. I know Lonzo has been trying to make this happen, and different people have been trying to work on this thing. So why do you think it's actually happening now? Why do you think this is happening?
Uh, I mean, a lot of things that go in life, you say, is God timing. And I know, I know Alonzo was having a foot in the door, but I really want to, me myself personally, if you'd ask me, you feel me? Because it's a long time coming. It's been needed to be done. I got to give it to Dre. You know what I mean? On the city council, my boy Dre. You know what I mean? And just having an individual in there that kind of, has been a friend of mine and a partner of mine, and kind of, what I mean? And just, kind of just pushing and supporting, and got his way and got his foot in the door. And, what I mean? That's just a strong ear. And it's a lot of other individuals that I'm not even naming, but it's just off the top of my head that's sitting on the board. I said Drake, but behind the scenes that actually work in the city council in and out, you know what I mean? That work with my father, were artists of my father that also, help, lend the ear to those certain individuals that were important enough to get this push forward. So, I mean? I want to thank everybody, you feel what I mean? But if you personally have to ask me, that's the answer I'll give you.
Okay. Well, one of the many things that I thought was incredible is that the Compton mayor, and there are a lot of high, powerful people in government that are actually really behind this. So, as
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
well, as you're well aware, Eazy-E and N.W.A faced a lot of strife from the government, and now the government has turned around and embracing them. So, what does that say to you about how maybe Eazy-E and N.W.A and Ruthless used to be looked at versus how they're being looked at now?
Uh, yeah, we of course knew as far as what the music how it was looked at, and they got their letters, they got their city view. But as far as the city goes, you know what I mean, everybody, and that's what we see or try to do. Hopefully, that city council, we have some ties and connections to our city. You know what I mean? If they and you got to think now the age my father is, which is the age probably most of these city council members are. You were raised with that, you grew up with that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you really sit back and look at it like, hey, kind of they anybody that's really sitting in power in any city council and any, saying board, you more likely came up with it. I did a car show just Sunday in Irwindale, and this is a trip because as you're asking me, this has actually happened this Sunday. And I'm at the hop, what I'm saying, HBC car hop, first annual car hop, Irwindale speech track. So as I'm in the hot pit, walking over is the mayor of Irwindale. And as we're sitting there chilling, and me, he's, pleasure meeting me and a pleasure meeting him and everything. And as we start relaxing, he just really started, he had a 49er jersey. So we start talking football. And as he's sitting there, he's like, man, you know, when I was young, riding with my family and everything, like that's all we did, like, riding these low riders. I grew up off your father. You know what I mean? So he stood back and he's like, when did your father pass? I said, 95. He's like, yeah, that's a trip. Yeah, because I got into city council in 99. And I'm like, he's like, whoa, it's been that long. So we just sitting there reminiscing, and a big fan, you know what I mean? And I appreciate him, you know what I mean? This is sorry, it's top of the morning. I can't even remember his name, but it's in my phone, you know what I mean? But just to sit here and answer that question, they grew up with him. You feel what I'm saying? They grew up listening to him. So when you think about times now, you'd be like, hey, maybe these are reasons why certain things are happening or certain things would be, okay to put in play with a lot of these individuals that set in place because they grew up with that culture. So their views of it is outside of the views that they had when they first came out as N.W.A. Now the city council is like, man, I was bumping this, I was riding to this, this is the music. This is still for us. This represented the city. This represented the black, the brown, what I mean? He did this, what I mean? He was supported the raza, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of us, supported, you feel what I mean? So me, I'm, like God timing, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so now me, it's a different time. So, like I said, these individuals were raised with him. These individuals knew what he stood for. It wasn't, what I mean? These individuals know what the seed he planted for this hip hop whole movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And with the honoring that the city of Compton is doing, you're also going to be appearing and performing. And DJ Yella, who of course was in N.W.A. and, came of age in a large degree with your father in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
business, especially in on the platinum side of things, the gold and platinum side of things.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you? Because I know you do a lot of shows with Yella on a regular basis. So how so many questions there, but first, how and why did you and Yella in particular form such a bond over the years?
If a lot of people, much love and support, Yella, and I'll see him in just a couple of days. We go to Mexico City. Um, I mean, again, I might see him in the 22nd before that. Is Yella's been in our Yella's with my brother Derek Wright's godfather. Um, and you got to just think, ever since we were 10, bro, individual handed us the shovel, what I mean, to put dirt on our father was Yella. You feel what I'm saying? And as kids, and that's just respectfully what we knew. You feel what I'm saying? You just got to psychologically know it as children. You know what I mean? It says anybody could put it. It's the only individual we see that's with us or around us at the funeral. You know what I mean? When you as a child, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of people don't really put things in perspective. We're 10 years old, being traumatized of losing our father, and the only member, what I'm saying, outside of BG Knockout, outside of Drayster, which was there, support, Sylk-E, you know what I mean? GBM, all of them were there, you know what I mean? But we speaking specifically, in the group, you know what I mean? Big Ron was there, you feel what I mean? So I'm not gonna say here hold out a lot of people. Some people I'm holding back out of, I mean, but you were there. But specifically we thinking of this group, we're talking real, you know what I mean? And you spoke up on Yella is any member from the group, Yella was there. You feel what I'm saying? Yella was, as a kid, you grab on to that. You hold on to that. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was 10. I was the oldest. So imagine all my brothers and sisters were much younger. You know what I mean? And so speaking of me is my truth is you grab hold of that. You understand like you were there. A lot of my homeboys and a lot of my father's friends, I know, and you know that I'm not forgetting them, but we speak in music. Yella was there. You know what I mean? So you held on to that. You held on to all those individuals who was there to support you in this time of hurt, who was there. You feel what I mean? And we never forgot that. And as we got older, Yella just, as when he went into being saved, you know what I mean, going through different obstacles in life, yeah, he got back on the road. And even before then, you know what I mean? When I first started my career, you know what I mean? Anything that we did from hip hop honors, you know what I mean? You used to remember that back in the days they had on VH1, you know what I mean? Just he's always been there to support me. Him, big man, you feel what I'm saying? Was just always supporting me. And when he got on the road and he seen me as I started, getting more mature in this business, performing my father's tracks. And then from that point on, we've been doing this for over a decade, over almost 2 decades of, be jumping on the road and doing it. We're going to Mexico City. We got Australia in January. We got 4 or 5 shows in Australia. We got the Mexico City December 3rd. You know what I mean? And plenty on as far as an outside in the next year. So, you know what I mean? That's what we just continuously do. And he supported me and it was just the right thing. And I appreciate him for it. And that's what we do. We rock out. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get on a whole big old 50th anniversary, of hip hop, you know what I mean? And trying to gravitate as much as we can to the originality of the group. Maybe we could talk to Cube and get Ren off the couch. You know what I mean? I know Dre's a, hey, but anything's possible with God. You know what I'm saying? If a person has it in their mind, why not? We're not being represented too much. And as far as the biggest thing on the West Coast to represent it is N.W.A. You feel what I'm saying? And me and Yella have been doing this, like I say, over 15, 20 years of performing my father's cuts. You feel what I'm saying? And then him himself to say it, hey, like, you got the same movements and certain things that your father and characteristics. Every time we travel, we do 23, 30, 12 to 20 shows on different countries. So just hearing that from him when we sit down and talk about it, he could take me back and I take him back down memory lane, man. It's just special. You know what I mean? It's something special. And then usually it's crazy because I'm gonna share this with you when we get off we're on the road and we have a day of break. It's always usually on March 26th. And that's crazy, dog. It happened like 3 times in a row as we did on tour, March 26th. And we just talk, bro. You know what I mean? He just tells me things and how this was meant. You feel what I'm saying? And I did it in Coachella. Cube had me did in Coachella one of my birthdays. And, hopefully we can represent, what I mean, the West and the way of all getting on the road and doing something special.
Yeah, that'd be huge because
Man, we only got to do like, what I'm saying, like 10 to 20 of them, you know what I mean? Hit the big cities and go to Europe and then finish it and be like, hey, cool, we done. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the millions they make, I ain't greedy. I just big. I'm just a small little token of the pie. You know what I mean? Don't people gotta think that easy something like that. It's just a small little token of the pie. They go and split that big old pot up. Just let me come and have that love and respect of representing my father. You feel what I'm saying? With the group the right way that I can. You feel what I'm saying? I've been doing it. You feel what I mean? And that's what I'm just gonna stand on doing. That's why I got into this business of doing, represent him. And we can go with the 50th anniversary of hip hop and have like a big old, what I'm saying, like quadruple tour. Just like I say, just only a few. I know they old, you know what I'm saying? Just a few. I get out there and go, hey, you feel what I mean? And just give me a little piece of the crumbs of cake. You know what I mean? I ain't greedy, you feel what I'm saying? And I ain't got no big head. You feel what I'm saying? I'm thankful for everything, but I'm more so appreciative of representing and doing that, as we should, bro.
yeah. Well, one thing that is great is that I think with this honoring that the city of Compton's doing with the Easy Street, that your dad and N.W.A's legacy is continuously out there. Because I think I was curious. Straight Out Compton, the film actually obviously helped a lot, but I think even still, there's the momentum is continuing and continuing and continuing. So for you, one thing I always like to get people's perspective on is, to me, Eazy-Duz-It is one of the best albums in rap history, and people forget that it came out before Straight Out Compton and that Eazy-E was a star as a solo artist in addition to being a star as part of N.W.A. So what song have you noticed, or what lyrics have you noticed that people from the Eazy-Duz-It album in particular really resonate or really matters to people a lot?
And you saying what lyric? What
Or song? Because
That's a good one. Song.
like, to me, man, people, when I talk about Eazy-Duz-It, they love like Nobody Move, for instance. I love Easier Said Than Done.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many great songs on there. I was just wondering if, as you perform them, you notice different things from the fans in different countries or, around the United States or whatever.
Yeah. It's more so we want easy. I'm just like, I get a lot from we want easy or easier said than done. These are the to do one, but a lyrical modern creation. Easy's on the set, hyped up with like the first bar, that a lyrical modern creation. You feel what I'm saying? And of course, we know who a lot of other people, write it at that time, but that's when, as far as when the story came out, when it really, you popped that in, you wasn't really worried about no writing credit and all that and the other, and you got this gangster nigga coming out of this, you know what I mean? A lyrical modern creation. You know what I'm saying? That right there, just always, me, myself, that was my favorite. So maybe I'm being biased, you know what I'm saying? But when I go and perform it, like, the love that I get from grabbing that, you feel what I'm saying? That's, just the love I get, you know what I mean, from the thing. Because it is the first one that I do. I don't do Boys in the Hood and are easier said than done until later down the line, you feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, we want easy. You feel what I'm saying? Like you said, it was a star. He knew what it was. This is me. You feel what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I love a lot of people love Still Talking, and then one of my other favorite, like I said, Easier Said Than Done.
All
But
right.
my favorite is, I don't do dope, but I'm dope, not a dope, but I'm doper than
No, dope,
anybody
but
who
I'm dope
tries
with
to
anybody who
cope.
tries to cope with the rhymes I'm displaying and the beat that's playing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's real.
that's
So
my favorite part
yeah,
right
so
there.
it's biasly. I got so many that I can. And it's crazy you said that. I do Still Talking. You feel what I'm saying? Oh my, yeah, man. We do all those hits when I'm with Yella. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And a lot of fans know that they say that has experienced us, on show and tour. But yeah, Yella brings them out, bro. And we do all of that, man.